We got ourselves team 1 with, how do you say this name? Kel Neck Ross. Kel, we'll call him Kel for short. As a, I saw the daggers in, I saw the blades, and I got excited for a second, thinking assassination, but those are just assass weapons. But we are going to have the rogue up first. On that team, we also have Cobb as a survival. Looks like somebody left, maybe. Yandex, we got ourselves Eleganton, and we're missing Copy. So hopefully Copy gets in. And it's going to be, what is that? Rain of Frogs. Does that actually get rogues out of stealth? That'll be hilarious if that actually can get rogues out of stealth with Unstoppable. Going to be first up on that team. On that team, we also got ourselves Archeorc playing the fire. On that team, we also got ourselves Noble. We got ourselves, oh, Nobeli, sorry. So that's your Night Fae guy. Titanios, we got ourselves Spike Ovet. Unstoppable getting opened up by the rogue. 100% crit is going to chase him away with a, oh, it's a Night Fae rogue too. So you opened up with the Night Fae Covenant. But you know what? This used to not have an animation of any sort, but now it does have like this blue shimmer. Night Fae Rogue is really not that bad. Although I am very excited for the Venthyr buffs coming out. Gonna be Shadowlands coming in for Kel with a knockback for Unstoppable. The Shadow Steps don't stop though. Gonna be back-to-back stuns. Does he get the kick? Looks like hasn't got juked yet. Is gonna land the kick. Gonna be a wall available for Unstoppable. Trying to turn around all the kind of damage into a trinket from a blind. Smoke bomb for the rogue. Is gonna Night Fae shift out of their soul shape. And looks like he might be able to get away from the ghost rule, dude. The Fox and the Hound. It looks like the Fox wins as Cal does break away from him. It's going to capture himself a reset, but the dots are melting down the shield little by little. Looks like Flame Shark potential is still on him. And it's going to be poked out of stealth for just a second. Unstoppable does pick up the eyes ahead of time. Tried to stay proactive. Did try to go for a big setup versus Cal, but Cal did avoid a lot of that damage. Still has the eyes. Still knows where the rogue is at. Does hit him with a flame shot. Going to be Shadow Dance available immediately for the rogue. Cheap shot. Going for quite a bit of damage. Maximizing the value of that 100% crit Lego trinket for Cal off of that last one. And Unstoppable, I think, is trying to find a way to maybe tank this up. Should be able to get a healing surge. No kicks from the rogue, so no way to stop it. Going for a Primordial Bolt. Clock of Shadows available for Cal before any kind of damage comes out for Unstoppable. Does Unstoppable still have the big lava burst? Can he still line up a massive lava burst without Primordial? Gonna be Cal looking for a bit of a reset as the rogue is running out of cooldowns. Evasion is the only thing he has left, and that's not really gonna help really anybody. Does catch a restall somehow. I feel like Unstoppable would have still had a global or two there in the line of sight he had, but apparently not. Cal staying next to the Shaman, knows he's gonna pick up the eye, does hit him with a sap. But he's really down on cooldowns. He's playing 2 charges of Shadow Dance, so he's not going for the big one-shot build. But the crit is basically giving him that one-shot potential. Unstoppable, though, the healing he gets while he's getting attacked by the rogue. The Earth Shield by itself is like a Restoration Shaman. Going with the Earth Shield Legendary to play in these duels. Big Light Glass onto Cal with the Primordial Bolt to follow, and Cal does have advantage for it. Looks like this rogue is maximizing the cooldowns. Usually we see rogues go in for the all-in. The Hail Mary. We usually don't see rogues maximizing the cooldowns as much as this guy is. It looks like Unstoppable is playing the Fleshcraft that does give you the immunity. Gonna be even a stronger Fleshcraft that gives you a 20% DR in 905. Big burst opener by the rogue, 100% crit, giving him quite an advantage here. Bringing Unstoppable to about half his health. Stormkeeper does get interrupted. Does let us out on the rogue with a lava burst. Was not a Primordial Bolt lava burst though, so that's still gonna be big meatballs. Getting Cal down. And trinket for that blind onto a lasso. Does have Cal on the ropes though. Is chasing him with lava burst. It looks like the procs do get him. That was actually so well done by Unstoppable. Live lorded through the rogue. I wonder if there's anything the rogue can actually do in that kind of a situation. Who's gonna be up next? Looks like Copy actually does return. Playing the Venthyr? Is that what you're looking at? Are we going for the Venthyr Enhancement Shaman? Looks like we are. The combo that is super meta. As the Ghost Wolves roll in, Unstoppable is going to be under pressure with quite a lot of these pets. Changing out Primordial Bolt with Copperfin. Could be maybe a Grounding Totem by the Shaman. Does drop a Grounding Totem. Unstoppable does go to Disrupted into an Interrupt on Nature's Sword. Stun. Copy could go for a big setup. A sentence coming out. Lasso to follow. Does not trinket it. Copy taking quite a bit of damage though. It looks like Unstoppable does create some distance. Copy does make sure to get himself fully healed up, ready to go. Unstoppable is right around the bend. Copy needs to go for a big setup here. Ghost Wolves have been used. Has Ascendance. Bloodlust has been used and didn't really get much value from it since it was mostly lasted through. It looks like Copy just getting CC'd with those slows completely. Does miss his interrupt on Safo, so the Shaman is able to get his full cast off. Copy does have to trade in a wall since they don't have any more disruptions for Safo for the time being. Ascendance does come out. Big Chain harvest some of that team as well, but still quite a bit of damage on Safo, who does recover quite handily. Popping a wall for the massive cooldown, and the Ursha Legendary still continues to give him a lot of that sustainability. Copy most likely not playing the same Legendary, most likely playing the Windfury Lego in order to give himself big damies. Teleporting next to Unstoppable. He didn't go for that interrupt. Does have a shield with that teleport as well, so he's playing Draven as a soul bind. Short stun onto Copy with a Hex to follow. Copy used a trigger at some point. Primordial Bolt setup for Unstoppable. Does he have any more big setups? He's kind of, I guess, hoping for a big Lava Burst setup, which is quite huge. Does get Copy quite low in health. The Panteracial does disrupt Unstoppable for a second at least. Slightly less and not lasting nearly as long due to a cap totem. Ascendance back, or Heroism back up for Copy, or Bloodlust, I guess, if he is Horde. Back up for, actually, are they Alliance? Heroism, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's a Night Elf right there, unless I got it wrong. Copy kind of stuck out in the open, only with the Ghost Wolves available to move around. Lasso, as he goes to the Ghost Wolf flow, could be really close to dead right here. Into another Lava Burst by Unstoppable. Copy still has Healing Surges back up. As long as they have Maelstrom, they can go for Instacats. Bloodlust coming out here, or Heroism, as he's trying to make some damage happen to Unstoppable, but he just Ghost Wolves out of there, throws down a ground Earthbind Totem, and just walks away. Sunder by Copy, as he's getting quite a bit of value on the damage, but it's going to be a knockback for Unstoppable, creating enough space in between them where Copy is just in a bad spot. Does not get his interrupt. Going to be a big Instacast available for Unstoppable, so it could be really Copy Fiend's end right here. Unstoppable doesn't go for big zaps though. Maybe Lava Burst if he gets a proc. Huge heal for Copy. Grounding Totem does get dropped down. Unstoppable does Lava Burst the Grounding Totem. So a lot of his damage setup was kind of wasted into the totem. 7 minutes into the duel, 60% dampen. The dampen just jumped up by 10% from just a few minutes we were in this duel. And Copy so far not giving up, but he is running low on mana. Copy is really low on mana. Unstoppable looking still okay, but Copy is continuing to just purge these Earth Shields very stealthily. Big Sundering onto Unstoppable as he's continuing to get his big heals rolling. Does refresh the shield. That's going to be Earth Elemental, another defensive available if necessary. Copy does go for a wall. Lasso does trick it out of the lasso, as it looks like they're not going to be doing all that well. Ghost Wolves are up, but not enough mana to even get a heal off. You will have the Maelstrom, so you have to go for Lightning Bolts at that point. Door of Shadows available for Copy. It should have some mana return right now to maybe get a heal or two. Maybe. You, as one thing as a shaman you can do as enhancement compared to elemental, you just can continuously heal yourself over and over. You only have so much mana to work with, and you burn through it very quickly. Copy not looking all that good. The Ascendance is out, but looks like the Ascendance is not enough. Lasso for Copy, but as Unstoppable have anything to finish him. Frost shocks him at the end, taking him out 8 minutes into the duel. And Yandex is going to be up next as a Frost Death Knight. That's super unfortunate, man. The Handsome Shamans, dude, they have it rough. They have it rough. Copy coming back in, though we haven't seen Copy in a bit, so probably, you know, just trying to get the rust off them. Also, Copy did go through quite a few Covenants, I think. Didn't they? Copy, I think, played Kyrian, and I think Copy played Necrolord at this point. So now Copy is on the Venthyr grind, which Venthyr for enhancement for PvP, I mean, it seems like the strongest combo. But potentially there might be some sims that say you could play other Covenants, at least for PvE. Gonna be Yandex coming in, big Grippy Hand coming out, AMS available, everything rolling. Big stun from the Drake, knockback by Unstoppable as Yandex continues to chain in stuns to stuns. But that's gonna be all the cooldowns out of the Frost DK kind of gone. Unstoppable is actually able to get himself kind of an offensive setup, taking a little bit of damage still. Yandex does have himself quite a bit of that sustained damage rolling, trying to get a Stormkeeper up and running, and Yandex is gonna drop down to anti-magic zone. Try to deal with a zap. Unstoppable holding onto the lightning bolts for now until AMZ is gone, so you can get full value damage onto Yandex. It's gonna take him a little bit of time before that happens. Big zaps coming in. Yandex is below. Earthshock collapses the earth around him. Who's gonna be up next? Cobb, or Eleganten? Fire Mage or the Survival Hunter? It looks like I like that staff you got going on. It's got like a little chompers from BT. Actually might be pretty good for a Survival Hunter. You stab somebody with those prickly things, it takes a bite out of your enemy. Gonna be a stun in the opener by Cobb. off the bat, getting knocked back, but not super far. Still can get the value of his resonant arrow, going to be well available for Unstoppable. Trying to soften the damage of the survival hunter as he's going to go for a bit of range, but to group himself back into that lasso. Will not have Unstoppable walking through a trap, I don't think. Going to be calm, kind of lowish on health. Does drop a freezing trap onto Unstoppable. That's going to be a trinket for the Shaman. Looking to edit here. Acceleration does come in at 35% dampener. It's still a little bit of a heal, but Unstoppable avoiding these traps, dancing around the hunter traps. And there's just not much you can really do. They just don't walk into the traps. Elegant going to be up next. Try to go for Fireball instead of a G-Pie off of Unstoppable. I wonder why you switched it around. I think... Was the poly maybe DR'd? Did it? Oh, freezing trap, freezing trap. That's what it would be. There's no way he would have been able to get a full G-Pie off, so I guess he decided, you know what? Let's just get Fireball in there. Let's get some kind of damage in. Wait until DRs are up and reset. We are 11 minutes into this duel. 40% dampener rolling up on us in just a moment. Poly for free onto Unstoppable, has no way out of it. Rune Power coming out for Eleganten. Full Rune Power, full setup. I think he's just going to go for big combustion. I think he's just kind of giving it away. No combustion just yet. Wait. He didn't combust. I saw that Unstoppable just started spam purging him, expecting to combust. Unstoppable started spam purging him, and I had to look at the Eleganten cooldowns. No combust yet. And he was trying to see if he could bait Unstoppable. Because he dropped down to full Rune Power, full G-Pie, everything. And there goes the combustion. There goes the damage. Unstoppable has to play super defensive. Trying to go for purges. Needs to go for a heal of sorts. Super low on health. Needs to get himself the Earth Shield back up and running. Gonna be short stun until Eleganten trying to go for a bit of a heal. Eleganten still chasing after him. Lasso available. Unstoppable needs to get himself the Earth Shield up immediately. Trying to go for healing surges. No Earth Shield just yet. And Eleganten, if only he didn't have that pillar in between them, he would have actually been able to maximize the value. The Earth Shield for the Shaman is quite huge. And this Pyro actually could have Unstoppable in a very critical position. Going to be Spark to follow. Unstoppable trying to go for damage himself. Trying to reverse the damage back to Eleganten, but looks like the Fire Blast and Pyros do enough work. And I think that was just a Shaman at the end of the rope with his defensive cooldown. So only so much you can do. Just have to go for an offensive play. I guess Eleganten maybe get a massive proc with Lava Burst. Who knows, really? Breath onto Eleganten, trying to land a poly onto the Mage by Spike Covet with a G-Pie to follow Radiant Spark. Also playing that Kyrian Mage as well. Trying to drop down Meteor. Doesn't get Meteor. Doesn't really get the full Radiant Spark combo. Sorry for moving the mic. G-Pie right after. Could try to switch the wrong person. I'm so used to just switching to Unstoppable. He's the man of the hour here. Spike trying to see if he might be able to get himself a bit of a kite, I guess. Bit of a kiting spree. Trying to go for a bit of a reset. Gonna be food for Eleganten, even though he doesn't really need it. Spike is the one who really needs the food, but Spike is the one who's looking to disrupt the eats. And Eleganten should be able to get a Ring of Frost. Maybe no, missed it by a hair. Poly is gonna come out unless he can interrupt it. G-Pie is gonna be up for free. Looks like Spike decided to go for Radiant Spark instead. Looks like Spike kind of messed up his whole opener there. Wasn't really sure what he wanted to do. And by the time he made a decision, it didn't really go well for him. Is Eleganten going to try to see if he can purge the Alter Time off? If you were able to purge Alter Time off, Spike wouldn't have had a big defensive recovery, so it would have been behind one extra defensive. Eleganten, though, still continued to blast him with Fire Blast and Pyro Blast, not really committing any big damage, just kind of trying to poke at him. Nova comes out, hits him with a breath. Most likely a... Oh, Ice Block. A really, really early Ice Block. Well... I guess not super early for the duel because we are at 56% dampening. The healing is reduced. Spike still gets a pretty massive heal, but he is still quite behind compared to Eleganten with all of his damage, with his cooldowns as well. He used an Ice Block before Eleganten did. And Eleganten is just getting this free Fire Blast in there. Has a full combustion ready, but it looks like he won't really need to do much against Spike. He just needs to get a couple more Fire Blasts, Pyro Blasts, missing that breath. Spike will maybe turn it around potentially. Looks like Eleganten is just going to go for damage as much as he can. All the time does come out for Spike, landing that breath into a poly. Poly does break. Oh, before the breath comes out, breaks. Big Meteor coming down for Spike, trying to make the full in, all in. Damage happened. Pyro Blast coming out. Long cast Pyro. Not really sure what happened. And Eleganten does steal his combustion and take him out. Titania is going to be up next. Is Eleganten going to be able to go through the rest of the team? I mean, it's only a Feral, another Mage, as well as a warrior. Bro, I'm out of it today, dude. I literally woke up 5 minutes before the stream. Not even joking. Trinket for Titanius goes in for a big card. Eleganten does have all the time, does choose to cancel out the Convoke the Spirits in case he just gets a random one-shot on him either way. Still a pretty big cooldowns used by Titanius, Incarn, as well as Convoke. Lots of cooldowns committed together. I got to catch up a bit of food, but looks like the Feral is going to disrupt him immediately. Blinks do get him out of the stun immediately. Radiant Spark available with a full combustion. Just go for the big Pyrus. Meteor missing, but still enough damage to just blast this Feral out of there. With no Belisarius up next. Belly going in for a big old stun. Warbreaker right after is playing the Night Fae Warrior, getting hit with a breath. But looks like the knockdown. Wait, the knockdown from the Fae Tremor ability. Actually, it's quite huge. Polymorph is going to come out. Looks like Belly's going to just have to take some of the damage. Trinkets into a big old leap with a Blaze Storm onto Elegant, burning through his shields. Actually has him so close in the execute range. Charges to him at a perfect time. All the time available for Elegant, and will be able to recover some kind of health at some point, I think. Wait. Does it cancel the all the time? It looked like he got no heal from the ice block. Does get a G-Pie into Belly. Continue to go aggressive, offensive as much as he can. Also, Reflect, I think, was available for Belly. Looks like only reflected a Fire Blast, but the G-Pie did go through. Both of them are extremely low. It could be anyone's game. It looks like the Phoenix Flames for Elegata does secure him at least another kill for the kill count of the 5v5 1v1 Duels. Archeorc, last one left. It really did come down to the final Mage versus the final Mage. And Elegant not even going for a bit of a reheal. You're just going into the duel. Arche blast him. I think Arche was going to give him a bit of a reset, but the duel ended right then and there. The Mage really came back quite a bit, didn't he? Elegant really made a comeback, did he not? That was really well done. I mean, he played through a damn, but he